Good evening, spirits. Beautiful spirits. It's Myron Magnus. You listen to a segment of pure pugilism. Boxing logic. Is Anthony Joshua a liar? Is he putting on a fake persona? I don't know. If he is, so what? If Anthony Joshua is not the man he's portraying himself to be, kudos to him. Dylan White said that. Big Baby Miller has said that. Many guys in the comment section all say that all the time on the videos. Anthony Joshua's fake. My thing is, what is being real? If you're a fake for holding yourself in the public eye with dignity, self-respect, wisely, because you know youth are watching you and will pattern themselves after you, more props to you. You know, my opinion, strong opinion, we all shouldn't be ourselves in public light or in the public eye. Some of us should be ashamed of how we portray ourselves in the public eye. Because a celebrity is a role model. A celebrity, celebrity, is a behavioral icon for adults, as well as most of the youth out there that's exposed to that person. And if you look over the last 40 years, the gangster persona has destroyed us. It's mainly destroyed the youth that didn't have a stable household. A stable household, well thought out guidance, and proper education at home just as much as at school. So those who didn't have any of that got swept away by that, and their lives got swept away too. Physically, meaning deceased, not here anymore, or just swept away as far as their freedom, their free lives, because they're locked up. Also their lives of maxing out their full potential as people, because there's a lot of black men homeless on the street right now that don't have a clue. that don't have a trade, a skill. White people too. Spanish speaking people too. Brown people. Depending on what part you go around the world, even if you go to the Slavic countries, crime rate is up. Everywhere. People are suffering. And it's a lot of times it's due to bad role models. Role models who didn't care. So if Anthony Joshua is a liar and a fake for portraying himself as a man with his head on straight, a plan to set up his family and to get them to change their way of thinking, to create leaders, as he said on The Breakfast Club, that I think a lot of us need to be more faker. Fuck being real. Fuck keeping it 100. Because it seems like it hasn't got the majority of us anywhere. It's cut our legs from right underneath us. So if Anthony Joshua is a fake, all for it. We have too many young kids, too many young men that follow the wrong behavioral patterns and role models that's projected to us through the media. That's projected to us by one of us that's willing to go out there and put that bullshit Bojangles face on and hat on for their money, right? And that's the only thing they really care about is their money. They don't care about your children. Or they lack the foresight of seeing how their behavior is damaging generations that's paying attention to them. Both of my family sides came out the projects, or come from the projects. My mother's side came from Montana Avenue projects. Father's side, LeJoy Park projects, Washington, D.C. Anybody who knows Washington, D.C. knows those were very, very rough neighborhoods. Even though they came out those projects, those mentalities still simmer. And in many ways pass down to the next generations, like myself. But you can grow up in the hood, or should I say you can grow up in the projects, but that doesn't mean your mind has to be a project. Just because you live in the projects doesn't mean you have to allow your mind to be a project for others to tamper with. Hope you get what I'm saying. The gangster, street, live nigga, keeping it real, Bucktown, all that shit. The hood, the streets. Yeah, it can make you tough. It can also traumatize you. Deep-rooted trauma that work on your subconscious, or should I like to say sub-awareness, and work through every part of your being. And that's the thing, it's called the sub-awareness, because it's acting on you without you being cognizant of it. So, or should I say, without you even knowing. It's working on your behavior, how you react, the way you think. You know, coming up through the hoods leaves you with a lot of trauma. Yes, it could leave you very tough-minded, tough-skinned. But it could leave you with a lot of trauma. You know, I didn't like coming home from either from out the country when I was young, or even times coming from the military and hearing a best friend died. Hearing this family member died. Hearing this another best friend died. Every time it seemed like I was coming home, another one of my closest friends was dying. And it came to the point where this is my reality. It came to the point where I came home and I had no friends left. Most of my tightest knit friends were swept out due to glorifying the gangster, the thug, the streets. So, my perspective may be different than a lot of yours. I survived it, barely. By the hair of my chinny chin chin, I survived it. And that was due to a strong support system with my family. I had a lot of uncles. I have a legion of uncles that looked out for me. Me being the triple firstborn of my family. And they saved my life. So, the same man who came up out the projects. So, if Anthony Joshua is a liar, again, we need more liars in the public light then. So our youth can come up or be raised up with better sense of how to conduct themselves in public. Because one of the OGs I grew up with told me this all the time. He said, Myron. Actually, he said, boo. He said, boo. My uncle used to also reiterate this to me quite often. He said, you never want to look the part. They don't care if you're a killer. Never come off as a killer. Never look the part. You see all those guys, and this is continuation of what he told me. You see all those white men, those senators, black men too, congressmen and all that. I'm like, yeah, all of them are crooks. When he told me this, I was an adolescent. I was like, what do you mean? All of them are crooks. But because they have a title, because they wear a suit, because they talk properly, because they have a degree, and because they are lawyers or whatever, people think they're not crooks. Every fortune behind every fortune is a crime. That's the foundation of America. So, Anthony Joshua, keep on faking, bruh. I appreciate it. Because our youth need to see more positive images of ourselves in the public eye. This is Myron Magnus. Listen to a segment of Pure Pugilism, Boxing Logic. Peace.